Another aspect of framing or perspective in the way we view things can often be found in how investments are presented to us by investment professionals. It's common to see an investment professional show a return of investment A, let's say 3%, investment B, let's say 6%, and investment C, let's say 10%. When we look at returns like that, the average returns over time will be presented. We often think, wow, I really want investment C. Investment C is 10%. I'd like more return than less return, so I choose investment C. This frame of looking at returns only, or rewards, puts everything in a perspective of the average return, when we should be looking at not only just the returns or the rewards, but also the flip side of the risk. So instead of just looking at the average returns, let's look at the difference in the returns in good years and bad years. In other words, the difference between the maximum gain that's been historic and the maximum loss that's been historic. If they show that in a chart where we have 0 as the baseline, then the 3% investment maybe could lose 1%, the 6% investment may lose, say, 4%, and the 10% investment may actually lose 12% in a bad year. So if we turn our perspective from always being positive, always being rewards, to worrying about risks as well as rewards, looking at both sides of the equation, we look at the situation from a different perspective. The perspective of just gains always looks good. We're only looking at one side. And of course, many investment professionals will only show you the upside and very rarely talk about risk. But what you should be concerned about is both sides. You should be looking at risks and rewards. And if you look at it as a combination of good years and bad years, you can decide whether you want high risk, high reward, or low risk, low reward. So the balancing of risk and reward requires two sides of the equation, the rewards on the upside and of course the risks on the downside. So by framing it as risks or rewards only and ignoring the downside of the risks allows you to feel good about what your choices are because there is no downside. But if they bring in the risk component, you may not feel good about it. Of course, that's not a good sales technique. So they avoid that and they want you to feel good, so they only talk about the upside. What you should be looking for is both the risks and the rewards, and you should reframe the decision from rewards only to risk and reward.